Welcome to my channel, Sunshine Shoulders. I'm Calvin. Thank you so much for stopping by today. Subject of my vlog today is the 3 Filipinas rule. Before I get started, let me welcome my new viewers and new subscribers. Thank you so much for your kindness, your generosity, and your support of my channel. If you are enjoying my content and you'd like to subscribe, go ahead and subscribe. Hit the like button, comment if you like. It's all free. When I first started coming over here to the Philippines, there's something I noticed. As an insurance man, I was taught to be very observant. I started meeting expats and their girlfriends or wives. I noticed that almost to the man, she was not the first Filipina wife or girlfriend. And it never really, I never really thought about it until I started getting more familiar with the culture and everything. And I started wondering, Filipinos have such outstanding qualities. Why do men jump around the way that they do? Some of us now, some guys, they come over here, they meet one Filipina, they're mature enough, they know exactly what they want. They know what they want. They get her and, they ride off into the sunset. But for a lot of us, most of us, it takes 2, 3, 4, 5 relationships before we get it right. And this is just the way I see it. Of course, there's other factors that are involved when it comes to breakups and everything like that. Culture, age gap, different things like that. But this is just the way I see it. This is some things that all of these have in common. Everybody that I've talked to. And the first one is that you meet. She's a novelty. She's fresh, she's new. You're so excited that you overlook a lot of her flaws. It's not going to work because she's your first one. You don't know what to look for. You understand what I'm saying? Then once you get here, you're going to start looking around. You're going to be thinking to yourself, maybe I'm missing out on something. Maybe there's something better out there. And what you end up doing, you jump and she's gone. And then it don't take you long. You're going to realize you made a mistake. You're going to regret it. Because once a Filipina's gone, she never lets you back. You're not going to get that back because a lot of them, they move on fast and they're just so hurt. And, breaking up with Filipinas can be ugly. But yes, that novelty, once that novelty rubs off, you think, hey, I can get somebody better out here. So that first one doesn't work out. So then you come to what I like to call the rebound. She's pretty. She's this trophy that you've always been searching for. She's everything as far as looks that the first one wasn't. But in a very short while, you start comparing the two. You say, well, hell, she doesn't cook as good as the other one. She doesn't make love as good as the other one. She's not as attentive to me as the other one. See, it's not going to work because you've already had that one Filipina experience, you got something to weigh it up against. And you're saying, I made a mistake, man. I should have stayed with the first one. She's going to fail the test, guys. See, it's one more attempt, one more failure. She's never going to measure up to the woman that you had before. And that's the rebound. And a lot of us do that. We think when we come over, that's why I tell you guys, I said, look, when you come over the first time, bring you a good pair of sunglasses. Because you're going to look, man. You're going to have that rubberneck syndrome, that whiplash syndrome that they call it over here, man. You're going to see some beautiful women over here. But you have to understand something. I did a video on this before. If you got a good woman over here, it's about as good as it gets. But see, we don't know that. And I'm kind of jumping ahead of myself. So that don't work. Because you've had the experience now. She doesn't measure up to the last one. You're always comparing her to the other one. You really missed the first one because you know now you made a mistake. Now that you got something to weigh it against, you say, hey, she wasn't that bad. She wasn't as bad as I thought she was. And then, this has been my experience, comes the score. You've got some experience now. You kind of know what to look for. You've had 2 Filipino girlfriends, and so you kind of know what's out there. You know what's available. See, and your expectations have come down a little bit. So this next one, she may not be as pretty as the other ones. Okay, but a lot of times she's older and more mature. See, you've been over here long enough. Now you're saying, hey, I've been through 2 breakups, man. It's ugly. You know, I had to move to another island. I had to stop, close my Facebook. You say, I want to find somebody that's going to stick this time. I want somebody that I can get along with. And you sort of know the rules now. You know what to expect over here now. And so you're able to settle down. You know a good thing when you got it. Because like I said, you've had 2 more before, and you really know now. You've learned a lesson that most of us never learn until it's too late. That a good woman over here is as good as it gets. So you're satisfied. This is where I am today. Now, does it take more? Sometimes, yeah, sometimes, my friend John, 7. My friend Cal Deadman, 7. Guys I talk to, I won't say any names because they may get mad. 5, 6. And you say to yourself, man, the Filipinos having such great qualities, why do men jump around the way they do? Well, it's not the Filipinos' fault. It's usually the man's fault. It's like a kid being in a candy store. The candy looks good till you get fat and you get sick. And then it doesn't look so good. But yeah, you get that novelty, man. It's fresh. It's new. It's like, wow, man, she's beautiful. But then you get to thinking, well, hell, if it's this easy with her, I can get somebody better. And so you do that. Then you find out that what you got now is not as good as the one you had before. But there's no going back, man, because Filipinos will not let you back in. Once you jump, she's gone. So now you with her and you're like, I don't want this now. I'm not happy. I got something to weigh it up against. She's not as good as this one. So you let her go. But then finally you saying, man, I done been through, I'm tired of these breakups. They're hard. They're ugly. I'm tired of hurting. I'm tired of hurting people. I'm going to find somebody that's going to stick this time. Your expectations come down a little bit because you realize these are human beings. They're not from outer space. She's a little bit older, a little bit more mature. You can get along with her. You know what's out there now. You know that what you have is a good woman. It doesn't get any much better than this. She may have a different face and she may have a different body, but it's basically the same thing. You don't want to keep starting over. See? So I make this video because I get a lot of messages. I get a lot of calls and video chats from men who've been heartbroken. And I tell them, man, don't give up, man. Just because that's your first one, it's our fault. It's really not the Filipinos' fault. We're in way much too much of a hurry. That's the number one thing that gets us. Instead of coming over here and kind of, getting our feet wet. Like I said, once you get to that 3rd one, you figure out, well, you know what's out here now. You can tell the good from the bad. Because when you first get over here, you can't do it. Don't get discouraged. Can you come over here and find one and that's it? Yeah. The Gale Force, Gale, the drone guy who has a G5 family, he did it. There's several guys I could name, but he comes right up the top of my head because I told him, I said, man, you got to tell your story because it's a lot of men that want to hear that they don't have to come over here and stumble over themselves several times like me. Some of us want to do it, though. Some of us want to, try the variety. We think variety is the spice of life. For some of us, it takes that. But for guys like him, he met 3 women, his story, online, narrowed it down to the one, met her, and that was it. They've been married 10, 12 years, happily married, 3 children. They live here now. So that can happen too. Is this the only reason why men break up with Filipinos? Absolutely not. Like I said, you got cultural differences, you got age gap differences, you got some people are just not compatible. Some men are dogs, some women, are bitches. Let's just put it out there. But I wanted to let you know, if you come over here and you strike out the first time, or you fall off the horse, get back on the horse. Keep trying, man, because the women over here, man, it's so, say I'll give you the 360. The good, bad, the ugly, everything in between. They have some outstanding qualities, man. And Western men love. You may not get it the first time around. Like me, it took me 3 times, guys. Really 4. If you want to count that first time. But if that's what you're looking for, you're going to find it here. So thank you so much for stopping by today. I really appreciate it. I like to do these videos every now and then. I got a 95% male audience. And they really interested in meeting somebody. Some of them are Johns, but most of them are Joes like me. They're looking for companionship. They're looking for love. They're looking for a relationship. I just want to encourage you. You may meet that scammer the first time. So what? Keep trying, man. Imagine John 7 times. He's happy as a lark now, and he'll tell you that. Cal Deadman, 7 times. He's happy as a lark. He could not be more satisfied. Me, this is my 3rd time, really 4. And I'm done, man. The wheels are falling off. I don't want any more. I know what's out there. I know all I'm going to get is a Filipino with a different face or a different body. That's all I'm going to get, man. Go back and look at my video, man. I'm going to put in a link. It's called A Good Woman Here Is As Good As It Gets. I'm going to put in a link because it's an old video. A lot of y'all don't see my old videos. I've done over 600 and something videos, man, And a lot of my best videos I did a long time ago, and you never really get to view them because you don't go back that far. So I'm going to start some of my better videos that I think that will help guys. I'm going to start putting them in my links. That way you won't even have, the link in my description. That way I'll do the work for you. You won't have to go rummaging through all them damn videos, man. So thank you so much for stopping by. Because 70% of my viewers are in America, I'm going to start doing my vlogs at this time. When you're getting up over there, getting ready to go to work, getting ready to go to the gym, get a newspaper, get a cup of coffee. If you see somebody in the street, buy them something to eat, buy them something to drink, give them a few dollars. It's cold over there. I tell you the story all the time. I gave a gentleman the shirt off my back. Not the shirt, the coat off my back one time. I'm going to tell you right now, this guy was homeless, had burned every bridge in his life, man. Don't you know he's a able-bodied, productive citizen today, and he always points back to that coat that I gave him. True story, guys. If you're in the Philippines, it's about 6:30 p.m. It's pitch black out there. If I turn this camera around, you wouldn't believe it. We just had another brownout, man. I don't know what's going on with these brownouts, but I hope you were able to help somebody today before you went in the house, because I never go out after dark. My mother always told us nothing good happens after midnight. And once it gets dark here, I consider it midnight. But there's not a day goes by that I don't help somebody over here. People really need our help over here, man. I was lucky that the wheel of life stopped and let me off in Louisville, Kentucky. Born to George Roach and Nancy Curl Roach, man. I couldn't have been more fortunate than that. So what I try to do is just pay it forward. Because if I don't know anything else, I know this one thing for sure. When we help other people, we help ourselves. Take care, stay safe, stay COVID free. I'll see you next time.